on, people? For today's video, it's going to be an important one, and that is how to avoid junk food and make healthier food choices. So with that being said, if people are trying to lose weight or make your body healthier, this video is for you, because I know what it takes in order to lose weight and become healthier and to stay healthy. Because I was once unhealthy, I was once overweight, I was once fat, I was big back in the days. So I know, and I've been to the journey. I've acquired the knowledge and experience to tell you people how to do it in a proper way, right? So tips for avoiding junk food. Let's begin this. Number one is to plan your meals ahead of time. This stops you from indulging excessively. This stops you from craving certain foods and things to that nature. So if you plan your meals, it's like meal prepping. If you plan your meals, you are chasing a goal every single day, which is a good thing to have in place, because if you're out of control, right, if you don't have no discipline, then you're going to be indulging, you're going to be eating junk foods all the time, and you're not staying on track. And if you're not on track, you won't lose weight nor become healthier. So by planning your meals ahead of time, you already know what you're going to eat, what you're striving for, and you have a goal in mind, and that tells you to embrace the goal, to embrace the journey. So that is that. Number two is to choose whole foods. Whole foods aren't as processed or aren't processed compared to like processed foods out there, okay? So whole foods don't have a long shelf life compared to processed foods. However, they are healthier for us, and it is organic, okay? So if you can purchase or find whole foods, go for that. They may be a little bit more expensive, but you have to consider your health and whatnot, right? So some example of whole foods includes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein sources, and nuts and seeds. Okay, you don't want to be eating those desserts. You don't want to be eating any of those snacks, those chips, or anything to that nature, because that is processed, and those are junk foods, which will contribute to weight gain and other health issues. So that is that. Whole foods is the way to go. Homemade meals, cooking your homemade meals is the best bet, because you get to determine the nutrition aspect of every meal. So that is very important, and that comes down to number three, is to cook your own meals. What I just said, by cooking your own meals, you get to determine what goes into your food, the quality of your food, so on and so forth. So you could add more or less sugar, you could add more or less of anything, and that is the way to go when it comes to making yourself healthy and to lose weight, because the processed foods that you get from like fast food places, the grocery stores, or just processed junk food in general, typically contain a whole lot of sugar, carbs, and other chemicals and bad ingredients for us humans, right? And as a consequence, people have hindered metabolism, insulin, blood sugar levels, blood pressure, and stuff to that nature. And essentially they end up developing like diabetes and other health illnesses. So definitely try to avoid fast food and processed junk food as much as possible, and strive for cooking your own meals at home, okay? And you still want to be aware of what you're adding in. So yeah. Number four is, you people want to snack on healthy foods, okay? Because the healthy foods contain a whole lot of good, essential, and vital nutrients that will power up your body to provide yourself with long-lasting energy, to provide your body with the proper nutrients in order to go about daily activities, and just to feel good in general, right? You want to try to avoid, like I said earlier, chips, candy, desserts, sodas, stuff to that nature. Anything that really contains a whole lot of sugar, a lot of salt, and a lot of calories, especially if it's in a small portion. Like kind of sodas are that big, right? But they contain a whole lot of calories and sugar, and they're deceiving, and you can easily overconsume on those. So that is that. So now let's talk about the benefits of healthy eating, right? Eating a healthy diet can have numerous benefits for overall health and well-being. So if you have a healthy eating in place every day, day to day, right? You will feel good, you will feel uplifted, you feel more enthused, you feel more powerful, you will have more strength, or you'll possess greater strength, and so on and so forth. The list goes on and on and on when it comes to the benefits of healthy eating. Okay, so that is that. So when you do have healthy eating in place, you get to control your weight better. You manage your weight better when you have healthy eating in place. You have improved mood and energy levels. If you ever notice, if you eat junk food or drink a lot of sodas or just have a bad diet in general, you're always feeling tired, depressed, and just out of whack. You know what I mean? Like you're not balanced in the head and in the body. Like your mind and your body's not connected internally. So that's due to your diet and your lifestyle habits, such as your sleep, your stress, so on and so forth. But if you were to eat healthier and stay consistent with that, you will have improved mood and energy levels. Along with that, you will have better mental function. So you get to think better, think clearly, whatever. You'll feel more uplifted. You'll feel more positive. You'll feel more, like I said, enthused, and so on and so forth. Okay. And the last benefit of healthy eating is that you will reduce risk of chronic diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and some types of cancers. Okay, so it's very important to strive for the healthy foods to avoid, you know, sudden issues. It could be like a heart attack. It could be anything. So, health is wealth, people. All right, now let's talk about tips for making healthier food choices. Okay, so this is very important for you people, for those who are overweight and or unhealthy. Okay, and this is pretty much like common sense, self-explanatory. However, a lot of people aren't aware of this, and if you just pay attention to those small things, you get to understand the whole concept of everything. You know what I mean? So number one is to read the food labels. Simple as that. Let's just imagine this is a coffee. This is a coffee, but this is a soda. Let's just imagine if it's a soda, right? Or a coffee. It could be like Starbucks, but I don't think they put the nutritional label. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is you want to read the nutrition label, the food label, the calories, the sugar, everything. It will give you all the breakdown of what is inside the product, the drink or the food or whatever the case might be, right? It will tell you everything. It will give you the calorie count, the sodium count, the protein count, the carb count, the sugar count, everything. So if you notice, if it only contains like carbs and sugars, or carbs, sugars, and sodium, and that's it, or it contains a whole lot of preservatives, additives, and other chemicals, or if it only contains like sugar itself, so on and so forth, then obviously that is like junk for the body. You don't want to be striving for that. So that is that. You want to find food that is that contains a whole variety of things, of different things, such as proteins, fats, and carbs. You don't want to have an excessive amount of sugar or sodium, and so on and so forth. You just want to make sure everything is well balanced and catered to the human health, right? But there is certain foods out there that is like pure carb related, pure protein related, and stuff like that. Like the keto, you cannot consume any carbs, so obviously you should avoid carbs. It's all about balance. You gotta have a balance. You can't have too much of proteins, you can't have too much of carbs, you can't have too much of fats. You want to have everything balanced throughout the day on a day-to-day basis in order to ensure that you are optimizing your health as much as possible, right? Number two is choose lean protein sources. Protein is a essential nutrient that helps repair the body from the damages that you have caused when working out or whatever the case might be. So lean protein sources such as chicken, fish, tofu, and legumes are very, very beneficial for the human body. I would highly recommend to eat more protein if you're obese or hardly consume any protein. So if you're obese and or hardly consume any protein, then I recommend eating more protein and reducing your carbs and junk food. So that is that. All right. So another one is limit your intake of added sugars. So sugary drinks, sugary foods, desserts, ice creams, certain snacks, so on and so forth. Coffees. You gotta be beware of coffees. You gotta be cautious of them. When you're going out to like Starbucks or certain things like that, you gotta be aware and be self-conscious of everything, right? And the last one is to drink plenty of water. Water is hydrating. Water contains 0 calories. It nourishes the body. It detoxes the body. It cleanses the body. It's very beneficial for us. We're made up like of water, majority of water. So why not consume water throughout the day? And yeah, but if you want healthier alternatives to like sodas and whatnot, you could drink like organic almond milk or cashew milk or organic fruit juices or vegetable juices. Things of that nature are healthier than sugary drinks or sugary beverages, okay? And the last thing, or the last topic that we're going to be discussing about is how to strive for a healthier lifestyle, right? So you want to start small, people. If you make a big jump in the beginning, it's not going to go well because this is a journey, right? And it's like going on a roller coaster. You can't just go on the toughest, the meanest roller coaster at first. You have to start small and work your way up, okay? And that from that you will learn a lot. You'll gain a lot of experience. You'll gain a lot of knowledge, and from that you will utilize that experience and knowledge into your own good, and you will use it as an advantage. Sorry for the background noise. Number two is to get support. Get support from like your friends, your families. Ask them for like criticism about what you are doing, how I look, and so on and so forth. You could look for a coach, online coach, or a personal in-person coach, stuff like that. And tip number three is to be patient. Okay, a lot of people aren't patient. People are always wanting a quick fix, a quick solution to everything. And when it comes to losing weight, building muscle, becoming healthier, or whatever the case might be, it definitely requires patience and commitment and dedication. So if you're not doing any of those, if you don't possess any of those during this journey, then this journey won't be good for you. You won't accomplish anything, right? And last but not least is to remember why you started this, to remember why you were thinking about this in the first place, to remember why you put this goal here in the first place, right? And you got to remember, you got to set realistic goals instead of unrealistic goals. So if you think that you could lose like 20 pounds next week, you're sadly mistaken. If you think you could get jacked and ripped within the next month, you're kind of mistaken, depending on where you're at, depending on your fitness levels and stuff like that. Everything is based off of your experience, your knowledge, and your mental state. How disciplined are you when doing this? You know, are you disciplined enough to go about this in the most efficient manner? Sometimes people fall off, they get back on track, which is okay, because you don't want to go insane. You want to take everything small, like I said, and work your way up. But basically, that's it, people. I have a full in-depth article about this. If you guys want to read about it, check out the link in the description. It has way more details. It's broken down in a better format, and it's just better to read overall than this video. But this video did help you out. Please leave me a like and share this video to others, because others need to watch this and gain some knowledge and whatnot. And subscribe to Tuned In, people. I'll catch you in the next video.